What's up, Knights? It's Laga Dragon Knight here, and today we're going to do What If Naruto Was a Full Uzumaki, Part 2. Ooh, Academy Life. Let's jump into it. Now, however, before I do, there's two things I want to clarify. When I said Hinata was one of Naruto's girls, I misspoke. I wanted to ask the question in the description of Part 2. Should Naruto be in the CIA, or should he just have one girl? Be a one man and one girl kind of guy? I will put that question in the description in the comments, but also with another question. Anyway, as they got to the Hidden Leaf, Jiraiya and Tsunade and Shizune and Naruto, they enter the third Hokage's office, and the third surprised to see them that they are a year early. But is at the same time kind of happy to see Naruto. See, Naruto and the third Hokage still have the same relationship, because the third would always send a clone to teach Naruto behind the scenes. Now, since they live in the Uzumaki compound, it was moved because of Jiraiya's mastery of seals. He moved the compound and the Senju compound, so they're now fused together. So Naruto essentially is living there now, and it just was beginning of summer before the last 2 years of the academy. While Naruto's walking around the village, because Jiraiya and Tsunade had to talk with Haruzen in private, he meets the clan heirs, and gets along with a lot of them. For example, he gets along with Choji, Shikamaru, Ino, Kiba, Hinata, and Shino. The only two that he is so far that isn't, like, he doesn't know that very well and hasn't gotten a good relationship is Sakura and Sasuke. Now, Jiraiya and Tsunade informed Haruzen, like, over the years training Naruto, they came up with information about an organization called the Akatsuki, but also the fact that Orochimaru and Danzo are working together. Even the point where they point out all of Orochimaru's hidden bases in the Land of Fire, which Jiraiya offered to go take out, but with Anbu's support. And when Third asks, how many bases does Orochimaru have in the Land of Fire, Jiraiya? And Tsunade would actually interrupt, saying he has about 100 of them, each filled with a lot of people, mostly captives. This made the Hokage angry, so he decreed that Jiraiya will go with Anbu and clear out all these bases, which Jiraiya does, but not before saying goodbye to Naruto. Naruto is mainly focused, his training at this point for the last 2 years is not going to focus on his jutsu. It's just going to focus on his taijutsu, genjutsu, because he's still bad with genjutsu, but he's somewhat good in taijutsu. But also the fact that he needs to train with his summons. Now, while Naruto is training, we get to near the end of summer, and he's training with the other clan heirs as well, getting them up as well. In fact, thanks to Naruto's encouragement, and as well as the others in their friend group, Hinata finally broke out of her shell. And she's done much better when it comes to her taijutsu. She even knows a few genjutsu as well. Now, Naruto invites his friends over, and they take a chakra paper test. So, and Tsunade would ask before they begin the test, like, why are your friends here? And Naruto asked if we could use chakra paper to see what the elements are, because Naruto wanted to teach his friends a few D-rank techniques for their elements. So, Tsunade says, I don't see why not. And she even took up the medical ninja program to produce more medical ninjas, which the facilities were bad when Naruto was 12 originally in canon. But now they're a lot better with Tsunade in charge, with Shizune helping her. So, Hinata goes first. She takes the paper, it wrinkles, and then turns wet. Naruto says, Hinata, you have the lightning and water element. Shikamaru goes next. Now, oh, 1/3 of the paper burns, 1/3 crumbles, but the third piece turned completely black. Naruto says, interesting, Shikamaru. It appears you have fire, earth, and yin release. Next up was Choji. Half crumbled, half on fire, which gave Choji earth and fire. Shino was interesting because Abarames, they are known to actually have like a fire affinity, but they don't use Jutsu. But when Shino did his test, it was a surprise for everybody. Shino had the earth and water element. Kiba, when he did the test, he had fire and lightning. Ino, she had fire, earth, water, yin, and yang. Now, if anyone jumps the gun in the comments saying, oh, she can have these natures, I'll explain why. You see, Ino will have these natures because she's good with medical ninjutsu. Same with Sakura. The reason why I didn't say Sakura's elements is because since she's not so far part of the friend group yet, but I will reveal. Now, during this time, this year academy, Naruto in the academy, before like graduation, he met at 3 genin that he became good friends with. Rock Lee, Tenten, and Neji. Thanks to Naruto's persistence, Neji managed to get out of his spiel about fate and stuff after Naruto beats Neji so bad in a spar. And with Lee, Naruto was able to prove that hard work will beat talent. As when Lee was watching, he saw how he beat Neji, and Neji's considered a prodigy. Now, when Naruto asks why Lee can't use chakra, Lee explains it's because of his situation on his chakra coils, so Naruto gives Lee a diagnostic. Now, there is a way to fix his coils, but you would basically have to channel healing chakra all over his body, which would hurt for like a minute, but afterwards the person who the chakra's going into will knock out. He told Lee this, so they decide with Tenten, Neji, and Naruto's friends, they go to the Senju compound after school on Friday, okay? And Naruto does the medical procedure and basically heals Lee's chakra coils. Now Lee that knows chakra, he can do very well. Now, just as Lee was waking up, Naruto was telling Tsunade about his achievement, and Tsunade was proud of him. So, just to make sure that chakra's working, Naruto gives Lee a chakra paper. And here's what happens with Lee's. It splits, and then wrinkles on both sides. But not only that, but the speed at it went is, and Naruto whistles. It says, Lee, not only do you have wind and lightning, but you have swift. They are components for the swift element. And Lee was confused, and then Naruto explains that swift element is basically an element that makes someone fast. The more physically fit your body is, the faster you are. And Lee was just excited about that. Now, while they're there, Naruto tests Tenten and Neji's affinity. Unsurprising, Neji's affinity is the earth element, like all of the Hyugas. Tenten, though, is interesting. You see, when I originally watched the Naruto anime, I don't understand how... I understand that Tamari had good skills, but Tenten had more experience, given the fact that she was, a shinobi for longer. So my point is it didn't make sense, logically speaking, how Tamari beat Tenten. However, when Naruto checked the paper, when I looked at Tenten's element originally, it didn't make sense either, because her element should have negated Tamari's element. But in this one, I made it to make sense. Tenten has the lightning and fire element. After school, Naruto and his friends train a lot, and Naruto quickly catches up with his classmates in terms of experience. Now, interestingly enough, Mizuki, when the rookie number was at 12, Mizuki was actually caught trying to steal secret scrolls, so he's already in jail. No encounter with Naruto. Instead, the Anbu that we know as Neko is actually teaching. And when Naruto introduces himself to his classmates the first day of school, he says, "Hello everyone, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. everyone goes wide-eyed because they literally covered the Uzumaki clan a lot. In fact, this got many of the clan kids wanting to honor their allies actually started to learn Jutsu. Now, the person who's going to be the highest Jutsu out of the, ninjas that are true would be Tenten. She would be level 6 Seal Master. Everyone else would be between levels 3 and 5, respectively. Because Jutsu is that difficult. Like, first 5 levels of Jutsu isn't that hard. But after, from between 6 and 10, yeah, that gets hard. Now, after the first year at the Academy for Naruto, he still has 1 more year left, Naruto goes deep into the Forest of Death because he sensed something calling to him. Now, just as he walks to the Forest of Death, he accidentally falls to the ground and he discovers a ruin. And inside the ruin, which is surprising, is a summoning contract. Naruto picks it up, but then notices that at his blood, his name is on there when Naruto didn't sign his contract. But that's when he reads the note by it. This is one of the legendary contracts known as legacy contracts. Legacy contracts only need to be signed by someone, by an ancestor once, and everyone within their blood can summon these, should they prove themselves to one of the summons. And Naruto looks all the way back and sees who summoned this clan and had, of his heritage. That's where he sees the name Indra Otsutsuki. So, Naruto takes the contract, flashes through hand signs, and does summoning jutsu. And, for the person who said this specific summon, Future King, he got, at the most, Naruto summoned a dragon. And this was a relatively young dragon. It's not the bot summon or anything. The dragon saw Naruto. The dragon observed him and took in his scent, because dragons can tell the scent based on people of their blood. For example, a dragon can tell if someone is a full Uzumaki or if someone is only half Uzumaki. When dragons smell full Uzumaki, the dragon says, as we've been waiting years for another full Uzumaki to summon us, as we, the dragons, shall aid you in battle, young Uzumaki warrior. Naruto bows and says, I thank the Dragon Clan. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, son of Kushina Uzumaki and Minato Uzumaki Namikaze. Dragon says, soon, do you have a way to train using clones? The dragon would ask. Says, yeah, my shadow clones. The dragon says, good. But make a really enhanced clone. Naruto does. This enhanced clone goes with the dragon. And the dragon explained that as long as the clone is in the dragon lands, it won't pop until it comes back. So Naruto's clone is training with the dragons and won't come back for a while. So, Naruto goes home. He tells Tsunade and Jiraiya, who just came back from his missions, and they are surprised to learn there's such thing as a dragon contract, as it is considered a make-believe that no one could summon dragons. Anyway, last year at the academy, Naruto puts double his efforts into his Genjutsu and Taijutsu. He even was able to learn 6 new Genjutsus. First, bring the Bringer of Darkness, the Hellfire technique, Tree Binding Death, which he actually learned got as a gift from Kurenai Yuhi, because Kurenai views Hinata as like a little sister, and when Naruto helped her get her confidence and all stuff, Kurenai gave it to Naruto for his birthday. False Surroundings, double False Surroundings, and he also got this Genjutsu from Asuma Saratobi. It's a B rank. It's Prisoner of Silence, which is very helpful when you're trying to make a stealthy approach. Now for Taijutsu style, Naruto is almost a master of the Phoenix Fist. However, he decided to honor his clan and learn the Uzumaki style of Taijutsu, which is the Tidal Whirlpool Fist. Now you see, the interesting about these two taijutsu styles is because no one can copy them, not even the Sharingan can. Now, after Naruto learned about the Uchiha clan, he decided to stop making seals. Naruto became a relative seal maker, so he was selling his seals to get money. Which is fortunate because the seal maker, just literally before Naruto arrived, the seal maker that was supplying seals to the village passed away of old age. Now Naruto became the new seal maker of the village. Now, Naruto seals are really good. In fact, Naruto gets so much money selling seals, he got more than Jiraiya gets when he's making his Icha Paradise books, which that's a lot considering how much Jiraiya makes. Jiraiya also, by telling Tsunade when Naruto was asleep one day, and Shizune was also asleep as well, that he said, in case something happens to me, all my possessions will be given to Naruto, including my reserved bank account, Tsunade. Tsunade could tell that Jiraiya is serious, and Tsunade even points out the fact that you still have a few years, Jiraiya. There's nothing that's going to kill you. And Jiraiya nods. Now, still in Academy, here are the rankings of the Rookie 9. Well, the top 9 spots, I guess you could say. For number 1, we have a tie between Naruto and Sasuke. Okay. We have number 2, Shino. Number 3, Choji. Number 4, Sakura. Number 5, Ino. Number 6, Hinata. Number 8 is Shikamo, and number 9 would be Kiba. So Kiba, even though all the stuff, he's still considered the dead last, and Naruto isn't. However, the teams won't. I don't know if I'm gonna make different teams as in canon. I'm in the comments, guys. I'm gonna put 3 questions. One's gonna say if Naruto should be in the CIA or not. One's gonna be saying like what team Naruto should be on, or if you guys want me to make a custom team, and the third question, well, that's gonna have to do with a sub-release that Naruto will have. I am considering giving him a sub-release, but however, depending on what you guys pick of the 3 sub-release based off the elements Naruto has, I'll do it. But now, Naruto, the Steel Academy goes on, and it's middle school, and those are the rankings. Naruto works much harder to get his Taijutsu, because that's his only field he's lacking. Genjutsu has now been brought up to high tuning level, which is good considering the fact that he only has 6 Genjutsu. Now, Naruto meets Might Guy, and Might Guy tells Naruto about weights. And Naruto decides instead of using weights, he's using restriction seals. Now, here's something cool about restriction seals. The higher level of a seal, the more restricted you are. And because of the Uzumaki perk regeneration, within the last 4 months of the Academy, Naruto went from restriction seal level 1 to restriction seal level 9. Now, let me explain something. If Naruto at level 5, restriction seal is at 5, taken off is just as fast as Guy in the first gate. However, it's different per person depending on who uses the restriction seal. Because it normally takes a much longer time for the restriction seal to be level up, but since Naruto's Uzumaki levels up fast. Now we get to graduation exam. And the results happen like in canon, except Naruto and Sasuke is tied for the Rookie of the Year. And they are given a month off before their journings, before they get assigned teams, because most of those Zanzi's are out on missions. Now, as Naruto's walking home, he stops by the dango shop to pick up dango for Shizune, and Tsunade, because they like dango, and maybe even some sake. There she sees Kunai, and she calls him over, and Naruto's introduced to the 4 Ice Queens of Konoha: Kunai Yuhi, Anko Mizuri, Hana Izuka, and Yukito. Now, out of all of them, Yukito and Hana are the closest to Naruto's actual age. Yukito is 16, while Hana is 18. Naruto spends an hour chatting with them, getting to know them, because since he's ninja now, he needs to know who his comrades are. And when he mentions the fact that he's good with a sword, Yukito looks interested and asks for a spar sometime. Naruto says, "But of course, my lady." And before he leaves, he gently kisses each of the 4 girls on their knuckles, like a gentleman, and then Naruto leaves. And with that, guys, I'm ending this video here. Like goal for this video is going to be 10 likes, and in the comments, guys, I'll put the questions, but in the description, I'll put Naruto's jutsus that he knows, or as for his elements. Anyway, peace out.